Well, guys, it is Christmas Eve. I'll be surprised if anybody 2022. My digest two national got hit by a snowstorm last night. Not snowstorm. Deep freeze. The best that we got up here. What up, what up, what up, Kevin? What up, Dewey? What up, Justin? Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas, Kevin. Merry Christmas, dog. We got hit by the deep freeze storm. Oh, whoa. Real quick, dude. Thank you,
What about now? Can you hear me better? Let me know in the chat. Ah, good deal, good deal. Yeah, it was my Bluetooth running to my system in here. Good deal. Yeah, so 2022 digest, man. I hope all of y'all are doing well. Merry Christmas to all of you guys here on the channel. 2022 was a huge year. A lot of things this year came to fruition that we've been working on for a long time. And, when you're working on a project, for me, I've been very lucky to understand the long game through force. I'm driving to get cigars right now, dude, and I'm going to be distraught if they're closed. And I bet they're closed, but I'm still going to drive over there. What I did learn today, I'll get back on topic, but what I did learn is that the Indians and the Mexicans do not care that it is like Christmas Eve, which I appreciate, because I just had some delicious Indian food over here. And all the Mexican restaurants in Nolensville Pike are still open too. They are just relentless. All the little coffee shops that I frequent, little hipster kids, they're all closed. They were closed yesterday. It's too cold. We're not coming in. Man. It's too cold. Coming in is cap, man. We're not coming in. That's cap. But back to what I was saying. Y'all know I love to troll. Trolling's fun. 2022 was a big year. I kind of want to talk a little bit about long game and how long things take. It's just it's so excruciating how long things take to develop. Once you understand that, you'll start sooner. It'll make you start sooner. Sorry guys, I'm driving through a little hood area right here. My parents used to tell me if you turn the light on in your car, the cops will give you a ticket. And that was just them being annoyed, so we wouldn't turn the damn light on. So I figured out that that's not true. Cops don't care, actually. Nashville, at least. But long game is the game, man. And I've had to learn that through force, is what I was saying. I really been, the last 5 years, I had been through a terrible divorce situation, man. It really took a toll on me mentally, emotionally. It was super bad. And finally that wrapped up this year. It was something I would have hoped had wrapped up within the first 3 months, but it took us almost 6 years to get it done. And I'm very grateful for that. But one thing that taught me through all that struggle and all that finances that I had to put out just to be able to stay in the legal game, which is a lot of money, it taught me that I knew how to really stick it through the long game. It taught me that I was actually what I had hoped I was. You never really know what you are until you're getting shot at, right? You think you're an operator until you get shot at, right? That's kind of the analogy there is, can you stick it out? And one thing that taught me in my business is that I had no choice but to focus on long game. And I see a lot of guys, man. There's guys out there who are getting started this year, and then 4 months in, they're like, I'm quitting my business. And I mean, you know, there's a lot of guys who aren't, but there's a bunch of guys who do. And I can't even imagine the mentality that has. Like, what kind of weak mentality? Like, who gave you this mentality? Can I bestow some of my stick-to-itiveness on you? Maybe just like a little bit? Like, can I just pepper it in there for you? Like, just hang in there, man. And we're in the winter right now. For a lot of you guys, if you just got started, bro, in October, guess what? This shit's gonna suck. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep your job if you got one, okay, through the winter if you just got started. Keep your job if you got one. If you don't have one, you're going to get to go out and hustle patios from restaurants. You're going to get to go out where residential slows down. Commercial kind of, you know, likes to be done during this time because there's less people outside on the patios and they can get cleaned. I remember when I first got started, dude, we were cleaning a damn Dave and Buster's, bro, in Nashville in Opryland with a 4-gallon rental and a Turby tip and like a DeWalt surface cleaner, bro. It was, look, you know, it was it was thrown together, to say the least. And we underquoted it. It was probably one of the first couple months that I was doing the business, and we underquoted it. But we got paid and we stuck it out and we did it. And hard thing is water on commercial properties. But long game to me is everything. You know, this year we had been working on, well, put it this way, Mike and Justin released Quote IQ this year, which is huge. For those of you who don't have Quote IQ, go ahead and go get it. It's an amazing app. And those guys, the cool thing about that app is that they're really listening to what you guys are saying and what you guys want. It's so small right now that a lot of the features that you're wanting you could possibly get because they're not a giant company. They really have their ear to the pulse of what you guys are saying in that Facebook group. So Quote IQ released, that's a huge development in our world and in just the service business world. What up? Sorry guys, there we go. What up, JLB? But Skunkworks, Cody and myself also released the Batchbuster valve, right? With the Super V ball that's coming, dude. It's like the highest flow 1-inch valve, bar none, no question. It flows higher than anything, unless you're just not going to meter, which I don't know who does that. But if you're metering, we've maxed out the capability. Merry Christmas, Mike. We've maxed out the capability of a 1-inch flow with that ball valve. And so, dude, that a lot of guys don't know that took 2 years of R&D. That took 2 years of research and development to make that thing happen. You know, and we're up to no good again, bro. Hey, we got stuff coming in 2023 that has been going on for 5-6 months now. What up, TCs? But I want to tell you, man, for some of you guys who are struggling mentally, emotionally, whatever, going through the winter, you cannot let it get to you, dude. I don't know how anywhere else to put this, but one way I did is I was fighting for my son, and I would not dare look at my son and be a quitter because he's not listening to what I say. He's watching what I do. And that's just the facts for me. Bro, the cigar shop is closed, dude. I'm so upset, dude. Bro, they're closed, bro. What y'all doing around here? What kind of janky operation y'all? I'm kidding. Kind of makeshift operation. Skunkworks is going to drop the damn grenade in 2023. Skunkworks will probably have merch too. So, like, don't put that past them. The skunks are always up to something. And yeah, that's just the thought of that. Stuff. A lot of my haters would hate to know how much involvement I had in that. They would hate to know. But it doesn't really matter. They don't need to know. But I'm telling you, dude, I try to bestow this thought upon you that hanging on, bro. Just keep doing the little things. That's become a piece of me now. And it's almost like I forget that I do it. I forget that it's normal. I don't even think in terms of like the month. I think in terms of like 3 months. I think in terms of quarters at this point, and where are we going? What's the next week need to look like, or the next day need to look like, to where we can hit the milestone for the quarter. I know some of the guys out there who are just getting started. That's not it. You're trying to make a buck so you can pay rent, so you can maybe put some presents, dude. I remember the first year I was in pressure washing, I couldn't even afford presents to put under the tree. I had to get a loan from my parents, or basically just get my parents to buy presents for my son, because I couldn't afford gifts. And that was pretty emasculating, It was one of probably the lowest point in my life. Not that I didn't have people around me who loved me, because I did, but I just didn't have any money. And as a man, that's one of the most important things, regardless of what people say. The ability to provide is a piece of your self-esteem, and it should be. I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that it's wrong that if you can't provide for your family right now, you feel like shit. Like, I think that you should. But I also know that you can change it. You see, I don't think that it's wrong that you feel like garbage. You probably should feel like garbage. But garbage doesn't have to stay garbage, bro. You see? Acknowledge that. Acknowledge what you're in. Acknowledge that situation if you're there. And fully own it. Like feel it. Feel like shit. Feel like complete shit. Let it feel. Don't fight that. But then, here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow, we're going to start implementing a plan. And I don't care if it's snow on the ground right now, bro. If I'm a guy who has to have the business, I'm out making it happen, dude. I'm out making it happen. Okay? That's the facts. That's what I did, and that's what I had to do. And that's a lot of what you guys have watched. Yeah, TC's Rhode Island is freaking cold. That's what a lot of you guys have watched on the channel, man. Like, y'all have watched me come in 2017 till now. Y'all have watched me, like, dig myself out and really take charge of my life. And I hope that you watching it can show that you can do it as well. You can really do whatever you want in this life, bro. You can invest in real estate. You can start other businesses and start other companies, and you can provide for your family in a really unique way that no one else in your lineage has ever had the chance to do. And I'm very grateful that my hard-headedness and my stick-to-itiveness has allowed me to get to that point. And I'm not done right now. I am not done. So the Core 4 still reigns supreme, baby. Hey, going into 2023, we got WashCon coming up in February. We got a bunch of really cool stuff coming, just to keep innovating, man, to keep changing the game, to really, let me tell you, this is what I believe you do. This is what I do. Right now, just with some of the recent innovations, we got guys who've been in the game for a while, and, they don't really know how to market themselves, but they're hating on us, okay? They are, and you guys sometimes don't even see it, because we either block it and these are like guys who've been in it for a long, long time, and they're like not well known, but they're like semi-known, And I would tell you that when you get to that place, I want to high five you through the phone, because you keep stirring the pot of complacency. If you keep stirring the pot of complacent humans, you see, they're going to start to hate you. That goes for your family. That goes for people in the industry. That goes for whatever. And then if you're willing to talk about it, okay, and if like, say it. What's up, Reggie? Oh, it's going to like stir up an even bigger bee's nest. Good. You see, I don't care. They can live in my DMs all day, because I'm literally like the Russians at Stalingrad, bro. It's like there is not an amount of anything that can stop what is going to happen. The Russian winter is coming, and I got 2 million more men that I can just send over the line and get shot. They're like ants. Like you can shoot some of them, but you can't get all of them. And that's how your ambition has to be. That's how my ambition always has been. I do not care if 9 out of 10 restaurants tell me no, bro. I'm getting one of these, bro. I'm getting one of these jobs. All right? And when you think like that, when you stop allowing it to be a question mark in your mind as to whether you're going to win or not, it ceases to worry you. The problem is you're allowing the thought. You ever notice this, that no one can ever make you mad but yourself? Like that's the same thing. Like you're allowing the question mark, or are you going to be successful? Are you going to be able to really run this business? You're allowing that thought to happen. You're just allowing it. And so when the thought creeps in, you got to do what I used to do and just say, no, bro, I'm getting this money. I'm going to get this money. I'm going to get these jobs. Like, I don't care what I have to do. I do not care. And when you're relentless like that, it's weird how the world just parts the waters for you. They're like, shit, this dude's serious. That's what that picture of the world saying, you know? The world as it's ethereal. Damn, this some bitch serious. He ain't quitting. Like a damn honey badger. You damn right. Got bee stings all over me. Do not give a shit. I am coming to get these jobs. I'm going to get this money. And I'm going to go sledding down a hill with my son. That's what I'm going to do. That's the deal. And that's how it has to be. Eventually, if you keep replacing the negative question mark thoughts, and you start replacing it like that, eventually you'll meet up with another barrier that's called bigger than your britches, okay? That's the next barrier in the line of barriers. And it's like you start feeling like your childhood, like what the broke people told you not to be in your childhood. You start feeling like that. You're like, oh man, you know, like, how do I know? The mind will trick you and say, well, how do you know you're going to get this money? Who ordained you to be this guy? And I'll tell you the antidote to that. The antidote to that thought drama is I ordained me to be this guy. I ordained me to get this money. HBAM, I'm going to hustle by any means. Okay? And I just put out a video on hustle culture. I don't like hustle culture. I don't like the idea of just like constant hustle. To like this thing where people are like, I'm working 20 hours a day. It's like, okay, well, you're not going to sleep. So hope that works out when that catches up, because that's going to catch up. And you're going to get sick, and you're going to be out of it for a week. And all that time you thought you got, all that extra productivity goes away. You see? You got to be careful with that. Sleep is the most important thing that a lot of people don't take serious. It's so freaking important. If I don't get like 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, dude, I do not like my, this is why I never really drank a whole lot. A lot of people don't know that about me, but even in high school, like college, I didn't really drink at all. I was in the music industry for almost 10 years. I never really drank. Like, I'd have a drink every now and then. I would get like an old fashioned or something, right? And it's because I'm really selfish. Like, I'm really, really selfish with my day, with my time. I hate not feeling on. Like, I hate feeling, not sharp. I love feeling sharp in the morning. One of the normal... I am driving. Oh, yeah, this is a little... I just got a little Tacoma, man. Little four-door Tacoma. I like this. I like this little truck. Yeah, I got some other stuff, too, that I ain't showed y'all yet, but... I never really drank a lot because I didn't like being off. I didn't like that down feeling the next morning. I didn't like feeling like I lost half of my morning because I felt like shit. I had to be up making calls. Like, I valued how sharp I was because it really was my edge. Me being ahead of the competition was me being sharp and on my toes and awake at 5 a.m. I valued that. And it was just me. Some guys, they can do it. It still takes a toll, I believe, but some guys have a way of working around it. I don't know how. It's not me, dude. It'd cripple me. But yeah, I just wanted to say that the long game, 2022 has been a year in testing of my long game theory, okay? It's really been it's been a huge blessing to be able to R&D and think of something and create it for an industry and have it perform like you envisioned. Have it perform and have it created to the quality specs that you really envisioned. Like, you would be blown away at how many hours have been spent on some of these things that Skunk Works is releasing. I'm talking about, dude, I say it took 2 years, bro. Like, we were up and thinking about this shit every day. And it was worth it completely. It's going to be quicker now because of the process, and, we've got our Skunk team in, but we didn't then. So the first 6-8 months, you don't really know what you're doing. Kind of like some of you guys who are getting started in washing, right? You don't really know what you're doing. You're trying to learn how to, run the website and how to send project pages in and what's the value of this. You're questioning your decision to get involved. You're having buyer's remorse on your own thoughts. Some of you guys have been in for a while, so y'all already know. Y'all are controlling your own destiny at this point. It just depends on how big you want to go, how much responsibility you want to take on. Do you want to get a call team and have them call commercial properties and, get on all those lists? Then make time for that or hire someone to do it. Those are your two options there. If you're still probably making $200 to $300 a year, I would say you do that. I would say you hire out your cleaning. Then you make those calls because you're the face of it. You can quality control. If you keep growing, then you can obviously afford like a commission situation for a guy. What's up, Greg? So yeah, 2022 has been a good year. I just want to tell you guys, long game is the strong game. All right. And thanks for hanging out with me here on Christmas Eve. I hope you guys are going to have a Merry Christmas. Hope you and your family are able to spend some quality time together. It's fleeting, man, especially if you got kids. Just understand, like, they're small for a very short period of time. That was one of the things that was hard for me to understand. Is there is a day, and it's not very long. Like, they're going to live outside of your house a lot longer than they're going to live inside of your house. Okay? They're going to, when they turn 16, 18, bro, 16 pretty much, and then they're just going to be driving everywhere, not hanging out with you. And so understand that. I know it was a challenge for me to understand that when he was real little, because he was just so wild. Kind of start wishing away your life, which you shouldn't. Those moments are very, very important. And so spend time with your family this Christmas. Really feel the gratitude, man. It sounds kind of, I don't care what it sounds like. It sounds kooky, but feel what gratitude feels like. Feel that gratefulness. A lot of times we're too big men, you know? We're too big of men. We're too macho to really understand that gratitude feeling and what gratitude feels like. You know, I had a lot of time to reflect in the past 5 years, man, and it made me, it helped me dial that thing in, you know, where I can see a little moment and I can be grateful for it in that moment. But I know sometimes it's fleeting, my ability to do that. I have to be reminded sometimes. I have to remind myself, like, to pay attention to the small stuff. I have to remind myself to say, hey, you do just quit working. Like right now is a special time, even though it's just a Saturday morning with pancakes, bro. It's like you gotta unplug somehow. It's like a matrix, man. Isn't it wild how you can look back on your life with your kids and you can remember it, but then the days start flying by. Don't let the days fly by. Like, find a time, find a chance to be completely present and show gratitude. For me, it's praying with my son, like teaching my son how to pray. Has been a very special thing for me. Like, teaching my son how to pray. It's something I never even thought was real. I never thought that was like a thing. I thought you just knew. But no, like I was taught. And it's very special to hear my boy's voice, hear him saying those words, and hear him doing that. Like, that's a moment for me. So figure out a moment for yourself. If it's not that, it's something. But find a place to be quiet and just to smile at the things that have been given to you. It's such a challenge. It is. It's a challenge to be present. I suffer from it constantly because I'm always trying to create, and I'm always trying to make something new, and I'm always trying to innovate. I'm always making videos. Not as much as I should. I should make more. I should get better at this whole video making thing, frankly. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this year. I'm grateful for the challenges. There's going to be more challenges for me coming up. I know there is. Like, we've come to a certain... We've come so far. But, and the cool thing is with all these inventions and all this stuff, all these innovations, yes, like, things are growing. Things are great. You know? Southeast Soft Wash, Cody and them did great this year. Like, next year, everything is going to be on hand. Like, it's basically a showroom floor where you don't even have to wait for a rig. Like, you can call them and buy a rig. Like, a lot of guys don't know what that took to flip that around from being a 12-week waiting period to being come get it today. Like, the amount of juggling internally that took. Like, they had 129 builds in the queue, and they flipped it upside down to where in 2023 you can come call in with your money, pay for your skid, and come get it the following day or the day after that or whenever you want. Hopefully soon, obviously. But there's no more waiting time. Like, that, the mental work on how to juggle that and sourcing that Cody had to do. No one will know. No one knows that. No one's going to see that. That is what separates the top performers from mediocrity. The ability to embark on it and just say, yeah, we can do this. Like, that takes a special human. But B, the ability to pull it off. And all the things that are going to win big, put it like this, like the batch buster valve, like there's a chance you don't pull it off. There's a chance that your team can't pull off the design, and it's not right, and it doesn't work properly, and it's clunky, and it's ugly, and it's all these things. It's like, no. Not anything I'm going to be a part of is going to be like that. And so you keep refining, you keep understanding that you have good taste. You have good taste. You know what this needs to do. You know what the market wants, right? That's part of that process, dude. That's something that we just kept going and kept refining. But I will tell you, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for my family. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful for all of the things that I've been given. Merry Christmas, George. I'm grateful for all of my challenges. I don't pray for challenges though, because God is funny like that. If you pray for wisdom, God has a funny way of I've learned this. Don't be praying for your shit's gonna come, okay? So don't be asking for it, because that's how the Almighty works sometimes. Give me wisdom. He's like, okay, bet. All right. You're like, oh, just allow whatever wisdom to come. I didn't mean that. But it's been a long road, dude. It's been a long road since 2017 when I started this channel. Life is a lot different now. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And I wouldn't change anything about it. I wouldn't change the challenges. I wouldn't even change the fact that I had a 5-year divorce that cost me hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds, and like I could buy a home in cash with how much that cost me. And I'm being completely transparent with you guys. I'm gonna be personal with you guys, okay? Like, I would pay every cent again. Understand that. Because of who I became, what I learned about myself. Okay? It was worth it. When I talk to you guys about paying for your education, right? Like, a lot of guys want to shit on that, and that's fine. But I live it. Anybody got well over $250 sitting around to go R&D a valve and hope it's right? Right? Like, I put my money where my mouth is when it comes to my education. A lot of that was just the education of it all. A lot of it that no one saw was designs that got thrown away. People that got removed from the project, right? Like, nobody ever sees that. Okay? But that's the reality of it, is that we could have quit $150K in and not had anything to show. Anything to show for it. So I'm asking you, when I say bet on yourself, I need you to understand that I have to challenge myself to live that, but I do. I almost would rather write big checks now than I like writing the littler checks. I don't like writing little checks anymore. Those stress me out. The big investments on the stuff I'm like passionate about, that doesn't stress me out. I believe in it. And so, how do you figure out a way to reverse that in your brain? I remember when I got started, dude, like, bro, I was stressed about, I went into bargain hunt today, all right? Bro, I went into bargain hunt today. I want to circle this around where I was. Bargain hunt is on Nolensville Pike, okay? And Nolensville Pike is like south of Nashville. It's not like a great area of town. It's not bad, but it's not a great area of town, right? Bargain Hunt is one of those stores, man, that when you go in, everything is like 50 or 70%. Look, these are stores that I frequented, and if you're there right now, there's nothing wrong with that. But I will tell you, I went in there today, and I hadn't been in there in years, man. And I felt this vibe, this like down vibe. I felt this energy, and it was just, it kind of loomed over the whole store. And that, I remember, it's almost more pronounced to me now that I'm out of that, out of needing those bargains. Like, I don't need those bargains. I'm out of needing them now. But so it sticks out to me more. The energy of the building. It's like at a lower frequency in a way. Like, it's more sad to me. I don't have a more articulate way of putting it. And I just remember I was standing in one of those aisles today, and I remember the time I said, I ain't never going back to this. I ain't never coming back. Never. And I like to go to those places sometimes now just to remind myself of what I will never go back to. And come to find out, they had some Gatorades there. They were like normally $16. Now this pack of Gatorade is $8. I literally Amazoned it. It was like $8. And I was like, y'all, A, y'all got bad energy. B, y'all ripping people off. You know? Oh, it had me messed up there for a second. Like, dang, $8 for a pack of Gatorade don't sound like a deal. So, my son loves the Gatorades. And I was like, I think about getting this for him. It was not a deal. In fact, that it was not a deal. Now, if they have Monster Energy rehabs, I probably would have bought them at any price for a 48 pack or a 24 pack of that. But yeah, I hope y'all's year was great. I hope it was good, man. I hope you did all you could to prove to yourself. There were times, man, coming through this process that you don't really know if you're hitting it. You don't know if you're hitting it as hard as you can. And I want to tell you, man, don't let that loom on you either. You can always do more. You can always do less, okay? Stretch yourself. Stretch yourself this coming year by putting more money where your mouth is. Like writing the check. When I started writing the check, my life started changing. It wasn't based on the sweat that I put in. My life didn't change with the sweat. And this is kind of profound. You can see guys who sweat their whole life and they don't have anything to show for it. Broken their backs, man. Hands, huge hands that are all scarred up and cut from working, and, you know, just feels the little lines of their hands, right? Like my dad's hands. And my dad property now. He bought property there, and he can do whatever he kind of feels like doing. But there's guys who have nothing to show for it after sweating their life. So think about that. What is the difference? It's not the sweating it's the ability to write the check. The ability to write the check will separate you, and obviously the check for the right thing at that time. Whether it's your marketing budget, whether it's a new rig, whether it's, my brother has this ability. Pierce is a lot more reckless than me with he's a lot more reckless like me, dude. I go and buy a damn 2011 Tacoma. Like, I could have bought a damn truck with cash. I don't care. But, like, that's because I don't spend any money. I don't spend much money, bro. I don't like spending money. But Pierce will go out there and Pierce will write the check, fail, sell that thing at a loss, figure out another deal, and get a win. Like, Pierce is fluid with his money. He's like fluid. Pierce has like 4 or 5 electric hose reels just sitting in stock. Just because. He's got like 2 or 3 8-gallon a minutes, brand new, just sitting there. They're just in the shop. Like, that's how Pierce operates. He's just like, boom, boom, boom. He buys like a little Zamboni for his shop to clean the floors. Boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm like, bro, that's a $5,000 thing. He's like, yeah, I got it for $3,500. It's not a big deal. Right? Big deal. And I'm like, I wouldn't have bought a Zamboni. But then again, Pierce has his lane. He's got like 5 trucks pressure washing now. He's got great employees. He's got a nice shop, got a big giant tank of bleach, and he's like in the area down there. He's really good to his customers. I will tell you, he will make sure that they are happy. That is Pierce's number one rule as employees. Find a way to make sure the customer is happy. That's it. If you do that, everything else works. Just make sure they're happy. Confirm for them that they're happy with what it looks like. Confirm for them that they're, for yourself together, that they're happy with what the project fit up like. If you do that, I'm gonna tell you, man, you will never have a problem in your business. Your business, you can scale it to as big as you want it to be. As you keep growing, it's gonna be more challenging, right? As more jobs stack on the day and more employees happen, following up with each customer is gonna be more and more challenging. That's where automation, learning some of those skills, right? You see what I'm saying? Write the check, learn the skills. The guys in the inner circle get it. But the funny thing is, guys like me, guys like Cody, Mike, Justin, like, we're running the inner circle, but we're also writing checks. We're doing the same thing. We're writing much bigger checks than $149 a month, by God. Like $1,700 a year or something like that. Dude, like, it's such a small piece to be around the mentalities that are in that group. Guys like Ben Wilson, guys like Glenn Jernigan, guys like Dewey. Like Dewey, there's probably a dude who has the best heart out of anyone. Like Dewey loves Inner Circle. He loves that group of guys. And Dewey is a great dude. TC's, bro, you're in there. Like, great people. You cannot replace people who are just like, no, it doesn't matter what happens, I want to be here. That's irreplaceable. People who actually want you to win. Like, think about that. I wish I had that when I first started. My family wanted me to win. They did. My ex didn't. She did not. That was the push to drain me of my finances, try to run me out of town, but AP's like a tick, bud. I told you, dude, I'm like Stalingrad, bro. I am dug in, and I am not leaving. I will be here. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna sleep in it. I'm gonna sleep in the trench. Dude, I will be there with you, and I will root with you in the mud, dude. I'm telling you. That's how I like it. I somehow have something in me that enjoys. I think I get that from my grandfather. He's a 49-year merchant marine, chief engineer. Didn't graduate 9th grade. Dude, just like tough. And then on my dad's side, I had a chief engineer, merchant marine, and I think it was the captain. He was a captain on a merchant marine boat. He wasn't chief engineer. He was a captain. Walter. He got sunk in World War II by a U-boat. And so I have these just like sailors on either side of my family. And that's just that like grit thing in me, dude. I'm going to dig in and we're going to make it happen. I'm grateful for that bit of me. Because I didn't know where that came from, but there was no amount of run or retreating in my body. Not one. It's almost like I don't look for a fight, dude, but I like want it to happen. I'm not looking for it, but I kind of like to fight a little bit. You know what I mean? Cash flow, you right, dude. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of cash is king, man. But some of these inventions and stuff, these things that we've got going on are cranking up. Real estate's going to be an easy deal after that. I mean, it's happening, and during this process, 2023 is going to be a fun year. Rhode Island got your money, bro. Dude, yeah, I know it, buddy. I tell you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I want to let you know that I am grateful. I'm grateful for this channel. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for you guys. And thanks for sticking with me through all these years, man. 2023 is going to be, it's going to be a new lean and mean. Like, do I, because, you know, I have stake in a lot of these things, right? I have inventions now, essentially. And so it's going to be a different situation. A lot of marketing stuff, that's what I'm really good at. I'm also good at innovating and inventing stuff. I'm good at that too. And it's very cool to see. It's cool to see the evolution of myself. You know, hell, I didn't even know. Dude, if you would have told me this when I was in, 2015, 2016 that I'd be doing this, bro, I would have laughed at you. I was destined to be a country music superstar. Don't Google me. But I was on the road for that. Like it was happening. Things were happening in my life. I was signing deals. I was with some of the top. I had one of the top teams in the game, man. Everyone was A-list, and I will tell you that you just never know how life is going to go. You never know what God is going to throw your way, and the twists and turns. I got torpedoed, but I'm grateful for it because I hated that industry, dude. I hated the industry. I like making music. I hated the people in the industry. I didn't hate the people per se, or like the artists and stuff, but just the mentality of the labels and like how that is. The industry as a whole was just not mine. It's like, it's not my thing. A lot of alcoholics. Everyone's an alcoholic pretty much. If you're not drinking, you're not a part of the party. And with that comes a lot more substances and stuff like that I was just not, it's not my thing. So, and so I'm glad, I'm grateful, but I'm gonna tell you guys, man, when that change happened, I was not grateful. I was very sad. So understand that right now you may be in the sad part. I will tell you that it gets better. People used to tell me that it's gonna get better, and for 5-6 years, I was like, when is it gonna get better? God, when is it gonna get better? And I will tell you guys now that it is getting better. It's getting much better. My son is able to see me a lot, and his behavior has gotten much better, oddly, since he's been able to hang out with his dad. That's weird, because I'm disciplined. And it's been a blessing to go through this challenge and to document the journey with you guys. That's all I'm saying. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. And I may do another one of these down in Pierce's shop when I'm down there in Alabama coming up. Taking my boy down there tomorrow. I get him at like 10 a.m. I'm going to take him down there and we're going to open Christmas. And just remain grateful. Really focus on this year and focus on what you're grateful for. Because for some of you guys, I know it didn't go as well as you think it is. And maybe some of you are in that tough time right now. And I want you to remain grateful right now. Find a way to be like delusional. Like be almost delusional grateful. Like be grateful about such small stuff, because when you're able to be grateful for, like, this is, some guys it sounds stupid, but I became grateful about the leaves on the trees and like the birds and shit, because my life was in such a hard place and I had so many accusations and bills upon me that it was, a lot of guys spiral into alcoholism or drugs. And I was never going there, because that's retreating to me, and I don't retreat. So I love you guys. I'll see you soon. He said I need a new rig, but I'm still grateful. Damn right. Hey, Mad Max might be getting a revamp soon. I have to document that.